Mark, thank you for joining me on this episode of DC Reg Talk, where we talk about all the regulatory challenges that are shaping our industry and innovative solutions that are driving change. Today's conversation is going to be a little bit about both, and I can't be more excited to get into it. But for the benefit of our viewers and listeners, why don't you quickly introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Mark Steadman. I'm Global Head of Report Hub here at Delta Capita. Recently come across from DCC as part of the transition from Report Hub to Delta Capita.
Mark, it's great to have you on board and as part of the Delta Capita family in this definitely a transformative time for reg reporting. I know there's the acquisition of Report Hub from DTCC has obviously caused a massive stir in the market, and I know many people are curious about what this means for not only Report Hub but also reg reporting in general. So to kick things off, why don't you tell us a little bit about, I know a number of firms were in conversations with DTCC to acquire Report Hub, but what I wanted to understand was why did yourself and your leadership team at DTCC decide to choose Delta Capita as your new home?
Yes, interest was high, which is unsurprising given the industry standing of the Report Hub platform and the type of clients and the client base that the platform currently has. But it's clear once Delta Capita got involved in the process, there was only really going to be one winner. Delta Capita shares a common value with regards to being a client-centric organisation, and the clients were really first and foremost the number one priority for DC in this transition. They wanted to ensure that it was seamless and it didn't impact the client base. Also, the management themselves were very impressed with Delta Capita management. They're impressed with the strategy and the vision that they laid out, which I think gave a lot of comfort in the home that Report Hub was going to. Trade reporting application itself is a different animal really from, for example, a post-reporting assurance with regards to support. It needs to be highly resilient, scalable, and it needs that support structure around it. So it really needs enterprise scale supportability. Delta Capita, being the size it is able to provide that. It already provides that through other platforms and other applications and services to the industry. So therefore it's not really suited for a smaller company with a smaller number of employees who are in this maybe their earlier stage of their growth. Also, location, interestingly enough, was an interesting point on the people side. So the people we have currently staff in Manila, in Singapore, in India, in New York, in London and Wrexham. And interestingly enough, Delta Capita has offices in all those locations. And that made it actually quite easy when you think about the transition, the people transition, and again, the disruption or the lack of from being able to support the clients. It really was a very easy, seamless transition. And I'm pleased to say that some clients I don't think even realise it happened, which is I think is kind of the best thing you can say. Before we move on to your next question, I'd just like to flip that around a bit. Delta Capita were in the market or looking for partnerships and technology in this space. So what made Delta Capita choose Report Hub?
That's an interesting twist of events. The host is becoming the hosted, but I'll definitely answer your question. So I think before I answer your question, I suppose a little bit of the why and the historical context might be helpful for this answer. Within Delta Capita, especially within the consulting business, we have been supporting a number of clients with their reg reporting obligations over the last few years. It was increasingly clear and evident that the clients were crying out for something more than just either advisory or operational services within the reg reporting space. And most of the providers out there either provide advisory and operational services or they provide tech services. Very few providers, I think not many or even one, actually provides a service that kind of brings together all of those components into a one-stop solution for clients. And that's where the strategy of Delta Capita really came in. So as you know, Delta Capita are focused on providing managed services to clients within their mandatory yet non-differentiating functions, and reg reporting perfectly fit that criteria. And from the work we were doing within the reg reporting space through our consulting business and operational business, this was almost like a next natural step. So we obviously were targeting this domain very heavily, and as a result of that, we did look around at other platforms who were either looking for funding or were looking for acquisitions. And when obviously we started conversations with Report Hub, it became quite evident that we were really interested in acquiring Report Hub as a platform for a number of factors. But I think the key factors that really shifted the dial was A, the pedigree and the trust that the Report Hub platform had built over the last decade or so with their client base, and it was really a trusted partner, and which is a value that we associate with Delta Capita as well. So that was a massive, was a very, very well aligned fit. The other one was the resilience and the performance of the platform as well. So we were very confident that we wanted to associate our brand name with a platform like Report Hub, which was operating at that level of quality and resilient, which again we would want to associate our names with. And lastly, but not the least, was the people and the culture side of things, which was a huge factor as well. Most of the people that we interacted with, the Report Hub management, the Report Hub teams, I think one thing that was common across the entirety was that everyone wanted to do the right thing by the client and do the best job they could for the platform. And that's a value that we stick by. So the answer was pretty straightforward, and Report Hub was the only way we were going to go.
Good to hear.
So Mark, so tell us, what does Report Hub actually do, and what challenges does it solve for your clients who choose you to be their reporting partner?
Ultimately, Report Hub is an end-to-end trade reporting solution, covering both pre-reporting and post-reporting assurance. And it covers clients from all broad spectrums of the scale, from corporates to building societies to large and small asset managers, custodians, clearinghouses, to very large-scale banks who use Report Hub to report in 9 different jurisdictions. Where I think it excels is in workflow management. It's quite easy, really, to take a message in and standard template, translate it to, say, ISO 222, and send it to a predefined trade repository, and just on a kind of single jurisdiction. It's not easy, though, when you're submitting in directly from the trading source systems such as Murex, Calypso, Wall Street, and then expecting your solution to manage all the nuances around the workflow around that, to identify whether it needs reporting in the first place, who needs reporting it, whether it needs delegated reporting. All those workflow and business rules have been built up over the last 12 years in Report Hub, and that's really what it excels at.
It's definitely a very capable platform for sure.
So Karan, how are you going to use the strengths of the Report Hub to service your clients? What excites you most about the functionality of the platform?
So the answer to your question, Mark, is quite simple. I'm going to use the platform quite a lot to bring more value to our clients. So as previously mentioned, through all our consulting engagements, we have identified there's an increasing need for clients to, they want a little bit more than what we currently provide them through our people-based services, i.e. through advisory, consulting and operational services. There is definitely a requirement for a technology solution to help them further streamline their reporting obligations. And for the first time, we're going to be able to use the Report Hub platform to offer that as a service to our clients, which I'm sure is going to be extremely useful for our clients and will add lots of value. The other exciting feature that our clients will really benefit from is the recon module. So there's a common challenge across the industry that clients struggle to find the right solution to do their post-reporting reconciliation. Through the recon module of Report Hub, that problem will be able to kind of like bring another leading solution for that requirement. So super happy about that as well. And last but not the least, I think one of the things that we do want to offer our clients is this end-to-end streamlined managed service for them that will allow them to give somebody else the headache of their reg reporting, and which we'll be happy to support them with.
So tell me a bit more about managed services.
I think the managed services, the angle of managed services is very interesting, and I think that I truly believe that kind of differentiates us in this regulatory reporting market. That will allow us to give our clients a truly end-to-end one-stop solution for reg reporting obligations. So not only will our clients be able to use the platform to submit their data in native format to Report Hub, which can handle all of their translation, enrichment, and submission requirements to trade repositories, but they can also benefit from the scale and size and reach of Delta Capita's global RegOps and operational services to provide that kind of RegOps function back to our clients as well. But at the same time, I think the clients, as a package service, will have on-demand access to DC Consulting's SME knowledge and change expertise for all of their ad hoc assurance and change requirements. So I think it's a unique solution which brings together all of the strengths of the platform, but also Delta Capita, and in a nice package back to clients. They can buy once and forget about their reg reporting, and this is a buy once, forget solution.
I tend to agree. I think managed services is one of the things that really excites me about being part of Delta Capita. It's always been front and foremost of our minds that's the next evolution, and I think it's really exciting to be in a firm where managed services is such a key part of what they do. People just want to take the pain away from the whole lot, to take away from trade reporting. Obviously, the technology side, we've been delivering that over a number of years, and to be able to take the whole pain away from clients is really exciting opportunity.
Yeah, and absolutely. And I think even the larger organizations who were used to using in-house solutions for reg reporting are also kind of like realizing that with the refit that came through in the last couple of years, it is becoming a bit unsustainable for a non-specialist firm to continue to keep up with the regulatory change. So firms like ours are in the best and uniquely placed to support our clients with that obligation.
I firmly believe as well that it'll actually reduce risk overall from a client's perspective. Using a common platform, on an industry platform such as Report Hub, actually reduces risk, because you are using a platform that is being tested by multiple different users across many firms. I think managed services as well brings that same kind of reduction of risk. If you're able to manage reporting across a number of different clients, you're going to see the different issues and be able to learn from that across a number of different clients. And I think that's really exciting.
Absolutely, and safety in numbers, right? Going forward, now that you're part of the DC family, Mark, what are the enhancements or the top 3 enhancements that you're looking to introduce into the platform that will improve the user's experience of using that platform in the near term?
First of all, I think it's worth noting that and also recognising what the journey we've been on over the last 20 months or so, not just us obviously, but the whole industry. I think that we are through about 7 rewrites in the last sort of 18 months. We've now got Hong Kong and Korea, HKM and KRX coming up in the next 2 months. And once we're through that, and I kind of class that as a non-discretionary spend. Well, you have to do that because you have to upgrade the platform to ensure your clients can remain compliant. That's a no-brainer. We are now going into that kind of wide class discretionary sort of spend, and we're looking now at areas we can improve the platform. We're already working on improving a lot of our infrastructure, our underlying architecture. We're moving to a data lakehouse, and that work has been undergoing for some time now, and that's going into UAT next month, ready for going to production in December. So that's really exciting because obviously it keeps us evergreen, it keeps us up to date with the latest technology, but it also really provides the framework for us to think about what else we can do with the platform, where we can take it next. Just things like text-based searching, being able to kind of produce graphs sort of on the fly as and when you need them. So really quite powerful technology we're moving to. That's really exciting. We're looking at upgrading our recon and also our analytics service, also on the back of the data lakehouse, because we're having a common kind of data across all of our services. So I think that really is quite an exciting opportunity. So there are 2 kind of enhancements, as well as obviously the kind of non-discretionary HKM and KRX which we're delivering.
I think all the enhancements you mentioned will deliver huge value to the clients as well, and I'm sure we'll get amazing feedback from our client base. Moving a little bit forward looking now, so let's look a little bit into the future to understand. So from your perspective, Mark, what do you see the future of reg reporting to be, and how is the landscape evolving, and how will you make sure that a Report Hub remains relevant and also adapts to the changing market scene?
From a trade reporting, obviously we've got to watch eye on the whole kind of ESMA harmonisation across MiFID, SFTR and EMIR. Yet to see where that goes. There's a watching brief on that. I think the most exciting thing, not just for trade reporting, but I think the whole industry is looking at the moment, is AI. And I think there's a number of areas where AI can really take the platform and the client experience to the new level, next level. You know, from looking across off an exception management perspective, so you can really use AI now to look at the areas you're getting back from the trade repositories, and potentially even start to look at how automate kind of the correction process around that. So the whole exception management flow is quite exciting, I think, with AI. I've already mentioned kind of one of them with regards to kind of text-based searching across data. So how you can drill and interrogate data through AI is really quite exciting. Takes you up to a next level. I think AI is also going to accelerate time to market for any kind of enhancements. It's also going to accelerate onboarding. So it's areas we're looking at to accelerate our onboard and make that a lot easier. Because typically, onboarding into any kind of sort of solution or application such as a trade reporting solution is quite a heavy task. So I think those are really good areas. And looking beyond AI, I would say we have a watching kind of eye on what's happening still in the CDM, DRR space, and I think it's certainly something Delta Capita's already vested in with CDM. So really aligning with our overall Delta Capita strategy there, and also. If there's client demand, we would certainly look to make Report Hub, kind of CDM compliant. I think the last thing watching brief on is crypto.
Yeah.
Obviously, crypto is a big growth area. We already support reporting for crypto because it's already reported under CFTC, EMIR, etc. There's a new regulation, MiCA, coming out. So we've got a watching brief on that. See where that lands and what we might need to do with regards to that.
All exciting stuff. I think for crypto it probably becomes a when as opposed to an if, but everything that you've mentioned is super relevant.
And I think it's really exciting stuff. I think coming over here, it's a fantastic move for the team, for the business, and we're really looking forward to making all those changes and driving growth in the business under Delta Capita.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think even the future of Report Hub within the platform is even more integration. So there are a few things that we're planning within Delta Capita as well, as obviously you're part of the conversations. So immediately, the few examples that jump to mind are how Report Hub seamlessly integrates with our OTC confirmations, affirmations, and settlements managed services that HSBC is currently a client of. That will allow us to offer our clients an end-to-end OTC operation service, right from confirmations, affirmations, settlements, all the way to trade reporting, to completely take the pain away from that. Obviously, as you already mentioned, the CDM angle, our latest venture with Ilaris OTC, will nicely complement the CDM aspirations of Report Hub, the client, as well as Delta Capita. But obviously, we are also looking at enhancing the scope of our managed services framework to allow for new things like perpetual assurance, recon managed services, and a few others. So I think this whole area is a massive watch this space, and we'll be super excited to share what comes next with our clients as we firm our roadmap.
Agreed. Exciting times.
Exciting times. Thank you, Mark, for being here today. I can't wait to share further updates, but it has been a really enjoyable conversation.
Thanks, Karan. Likewise, it's been great to be here today, and thanks for having me.